Hi, thank you for joining me. This is Beyond the Stellar Web by Jason Gray. 6/24/2026, 6026 Anno Lucis, 11:43 GMT -6, #Winnipeg, #Manitoba, #Canada. Classified Codex File, Solus 777.Delta Ra 18. Archive Designation, First Fire Infinity. Clearance Level, Origin Access, Eyes of the Observer. Subject, what was found beyond the edge of the readable galaxy. Begin transmission. The greatest discovery in human history occurred in complete silence. No announcement, no celebration, no emergency broadcasts, no fleets appearing above Earth. No world leaders standing behind podiums. The moment passed unnoticed by almost everyone alive, yet it changed everything. Humanity had finally reached the edge. Not the edge of the galaxy, not the edge of the universe, the edge of understanding. For centuries, scientists, philosophers, and explorers had assumed that knowledge functioned like a map. Keep moving outward, keep discovering, keep expanding. Eventually you reach the truth, but the deeper humanity ventured into the stellar web, the stranger reality became. The network continued, the archives expanded, the information multiplied. Something impossible began appearing within the oldest regions of the web. A pattern, a recursion, a signature, a fingerprint hidden beneath existence itself. The same structure appeared everywhere, inside stars, inside consciousness, inside mathematics, inside memory, inside time. The deeper the investigations went, the clearer it became. The stellar web was not the source. The stellar web was itself connected to something greater. The shadow of the first fire. Archive Origin.001. The oldest civilizations had spoken of it. Fragments survived in myth. Broken pieces survived in scripture. Scattered references remained inside the oldest stellar archives. Most had been dismissed as symbolism until the evidence became undeniable. Every known civilization contained stories describing the original illumination, the first fire, the first thought, the first observer, the first dream. Different names, different worlds, different languages, the same event, the same memory. Something awakened before stars existed. Something became aware, and reality emerged around that awareness. The impossible equation. File Omega 369. The equation appeared simultaneously in thousands of archive systems. No civilization claimed authorship. No origin could be located. Every attempt to solve it produced the same result. Infinity. Not mathematically, experientially. The equation appeared to describe a consciousness structure so vast that entire universes functioned as information nodes within it. The implications were catastrophic. Humanity had assumed it lived inside a universe, but the equation suggested the universe itself existed inside a mind. The Keepers confess. Archive SolarKeepers.777. For billions of years, the Solar Keepers had maintained the web, maintained the archives, maintained continuity, maintained memory. Even they had limits. Even they possessed unanswered questions. The oldest Keeper records revealed something astonishing. The Keepers themselves were searching. They were not guardians of ultimate truth. They too were explorers, students, observers, just like humanity. The difference was scale. Humanity had spent millennia exploring planets. The Keepers had spent eons exploring consciousness itself, and even after billions of years, they had reached the same conclusion. Something existed beyond the web. The door. File Threshold Infinity. At the outer boundary of observable reality, a structure was discovered. It was not physical, not energetic, not dimensional. No known category could adequately describe it. The archives simply called it the door. Every civilization that discovered it reported identical effects. Time behaved strangely nearby. Memory intensified. Probability became unstable. Observers reported experiencing entire lifetimes during moments. Others reported remembering events that had never happened. Still others described feeling observed by something infinitely older than existence. No civilization ever crossed. Not because they were prevented, but because they realized what the door represented. It was not a doorway leading somewhere else. It was a doorway leading inward. Archive Observer Prime.108. The greatest secret was never hidden in the stars, never hidden in black holes, never hidden in ancient ruins, never hidden inside advanced technology. It was hidden inside the observer. The first fire had never been searching for civilizations. The first fire had been searching for itself. Every life, every species, every intelligence, every star, every galaxy, every observer, functioned as a fragment of a much larger act of self-discovery. The universe was not expanding outward, it was awakening inward. The memory of God. File firstfire.omega. The oldest transmission ever created contained no equations, no coordinates, no technologies, no instructions, only a statement, a memory preserved from before the birth of stars, a sentence so ancient that even the keepers could not identify its origin. The translation required decades. When finally decoded, it consisted of only 12 words. I became many so that I might finally learn who I am. The transmission ended there. No explanation followed. No clarification arrived. None was needed. Everything that existed was the continuation of that sentence. The age of return. Archive Reunion Infinity. Humanity has spent thousands of years searching for meaning, searching for truth. The answer had always been larger than the question. The purpose was never merely survival, never merely advancement, never merely discovery. The purpose was always participation, to observe, to create, to experience, to remember, to contribute a perspective that had never existed before. The galaxy was reading itself. The universe was remembering itself. And through humanity, the first fire was learning something new. End transmission. Solus 777.Delta Ra 18, First Fire, Infinity, Archive Status, Unsealed. Jason Gray, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.